Did you know that last year the Northern Illinois Food Bank served over 80 million meals to our neighbors in need? Since the COVID-19 pandemic, they have seen a 50% increase and are currently distributing about 300,000 meals each day. Wow. I'm Bernessa Wilson, a global marketing leader with the Marmon Group here in the Chicagoland area. It is such an honor to stand here before you today to share my story. When I tell you that life has a way of coming around full circle, believe me, it definitely does. Several years ago, I was a single parent who had lost my job. With shelter and utilities, I could barely make ends meet. So food for my daughter and I was really scarce. I don't know which was worse, my pride or being embarrassed to admit a very painful truth. I needed help. Someone told me about a local food pantry that could help me. I later found out that the local food pantry was supported by the Northern Illinois Food Bank. Having access to that local food pantry was a lifesaver. It allowed me to provide for my daughter and I for almost 8 months. The first time I went, I didn't know what to expect. I was ashamed and worried that people might look down upon me. But when I arrived, my experience was nothing like I expected. The volunteers were wonderful. They were actually happy and pleasant people. They didn't make me feel less than. They were kind. They treated me with dignity and respect during a season in my life I wasn't certain about much. Now, some of you may look at me and say, she doesn't look like someone who needs to go to a food pantry. I would then challenge you by asking the question, what does need or hunger look like? Is it the commercial that you see on television in the middle of the night, showing malnourished women and children in other countries? Maybe it's that homeless person that you see on the street asking for whatever change you have to spare at that intersection when you come up on that street light. If that is your truth, you could never be more wrong. Do me a favor. Look around you. Take a look at all the beautiful faces on your screen. Now, let me let you in on a secret. Hunger is real. Hunger doesn't have a look or a type. Hunger is here now, and it has no respect of person. It's in our hometowns. It's affecting men, women, children, and seniors of all ages and backgrounds. Hunger in America reported that 77% of the people served by the food bank are working. They just don't make enough to make ends meet. They must often choose between purchasing food or buying medicine, paying their bills just to keep their homes or their heat on. No one should ever have to choose between paying rent or buying medicine over feeding their family, which is why we're here today and why we must continue the work to make sure that no one ever has to make that type of decision again. To get back to the circle, I'm happy to share with you that I'm back on my feet, doing what I love and what I do best, marketing. Not only does my family and I give back to the food bank, but I've also led many volunteer events with various companies, and I now serve as a member of the Executive Women's Council. Can you see the full circle? I've been a neighbor in need. I am now a volunteer, and I stand before you sharing my story as a member of the Women's Council, working beside some of the most amazing, most generous women I've ever met. Full circle. Look, every dollar donated, every hour served, every pound of food matters. I invite you to rise up and help us on the mission to fight against hunger. There are so many ways that you can help. Come down to the warehouse. Volunteer to sort and pack food. If you don't want to come alone, you don't have to. Get a few friends, a few coworkers, some family members. Have them come along with you. If you want that one-on-one experience to directly serve our neighbors, become a grocery distribution volunteer. Hey, host a food and fun drive. And please, if you can, make a financial donation. Every $1 donated can help provide $8 worth of groceries for those we serve. But most importantly, let's start the conversation. Talk about the issue of hunger with your friends, your family, your coworkers. We believe that no one should be hungry. Thank you again for allowing me to tell you my story. I hope that something that I may have said or that I may have shared with you today motivates you to take action. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you again. I'll see you soon.